Once upon a time, in a far-off galaxy, there was a group of intelligent beings who were fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. One of the things that puzzled them the most was the force of gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls objects towards each other. It's what keeps all of the planets in orbit around the Sun, and it's what keeps you on the ground instead of floating off into space. But how does it work? To help explain gravity, the beings decided to visit a planet called Earth, which was known for its strong gravitational pull. They arrived on a bright, sunny day and began to explore the planet's surface. As they walked, they noticed that everything seemed to be pulling towards the ground. Even the tiniest pebble seemed to be attracted to the Earth. "Why is everything being pulled towards the ground?" asked one of the beings. "It's because of gravity," replied another. "Gravity is a force that pulls objects towards each other. The Earth is a very large object, and it has a lot of mass. That's why it has such a strong gravitational pull." The beings were amazed by this explanation. They had never thought about the fact that the size and mass of an object could affect its gravitational pull. As they continued to explore the planet, they noticed that the gravitational pull was stronger the closer they got to the ground. They decided to conduct an experiment to test this theory. One of the beings stood on the ground, while the others flew up into the sky. As they flew higher and higher, they noticed that the gravitational pull became weaker and weaker. "The gravitational pull is definitely weaker the further we get from the ground," said one of the beings. "That's because the Earth's gravitational pull decreases as you get further away from it," replied another. "The closer you are to an object, the stronger its gravitational pull will be." The beings were amazed by this discovery and continued to explore the planet, learning more and more about the force of gravity. They realized that gravity was a powerful and mysterious force that played a vital role in the way the universe worked. As they explored, they came across a beautiful lake. They decided to see if the gravitational pull was different in the water. They dove under the surface and noticed that they felt lighter, as if the water was providing some sort of resistance against the gravitational pull. The beings were fascinated by this discovery and spent hours exploring the lake, learning more about the effects of gravity on different objects in the water. But the beings didn't just want to observe the effects of gravity. They wanted to understand how it worked. They decided to visit a scientist who lived on the planet to see if they could learn more about the force. The scientist was happy to share her knowledge with the beings. She explained that gravity is caused by the mass of an object. The more mass an object has, the stronger its gravitational pull will be. The scientist also told the beings that the gravitational force between two objects is directly proportional to the mass of each object and inversely proportional to the distance between them. In other words, the gravitational force between two objects increases as the mass of the objects increases and decreases as the distance between the objects increases. The beings were grateful for the scientist's explanations and left the planet feeling even more curious about the mysteries of the universe. They knew that they would always be eager to learn more about the fascinating force of gravity. As they returned to their own galaxy, the beings couldn't help but marvel at the incredible power of gravity. They knew that it was responsible for the movements of the celestial bodies in the universe, and they were amazed by the way it kept everything in balance. They knew that without gravity, the universe as they knew it would be completely different. The beings also realized that gravity had many practical applications on the planet Earth. It was responsible for the tides in the ocean, and it influenced the way plants grew and the way animals moved. The beings were grateful for the opportunity to learn about gravity and the role it played in the universe. They knew that they would always be curious about the mysteries of the universe, and they were eager to continue learning and exploring. As they flew off into the vastness of space, they knew that they would always be guided by the force of gravity, which would pull them towards new adventures and discoveries.